The story I'm about to tell you might sound unbelievable and greatly exaggerated, but it's true. The events I'm about to retell may sound fake and unrealistic, but let me assure you, this really happened. Let me give you some background on myself. This is what most people would call the average Joe. I work as a construction worker, and I live in a 2-story house in a suburban environment, alone as I was single. And as for how this happened, a couple of days ago, I was sitting on my couch watching TV when the show Camp was interrupted. It was an emergency system alert, but since I lived in an area in the United States with frequent tornadoes, this was somewhat normal. After I read the emergency alert, my heart dropped. I can't remember all the details, but it was something like this. This is not a joke. The United States Civil Defense has issued the following message. At 6 a.m. Standard Time, a non-disclosure entity surfaced from the North Pacific Ocean. It is believed to be extremely hostile towards humans until further notice. Follow these instructions. Do not look outside. Do not go outside. Do not respond to any calls for help. No matter how human they sound, cover all windows and secure any entrances point. If you don't own a firearm, keep it with you. If you own a firearm, keep it with you at all times. Enclose yourself in an area with minimum entrance points. If the experiment reaches your home, exit the building immediately. Do not call anyone. The TV turned off. I was in a state of confusion and fear and panic. Was this emergency alert a prank? No, it couldn't be. This alert had just interrupted national fucking television. If Camp could even be considered that, how could it possibly be a prank? Just to be on the safe side, I did everything the alert told me to do. I locked my doors, covered my windows, turned off my phone. I ran to the bedroom and locked the door as my thoughts began to race through my head. And even more concerning, the alert said that this experiment had escaped. It was extremely hostile, but what creature could cause such a state of emergency? I have to admit, I was tempted to open my window and look outside, but I resisted and trusted the alert system. The next few hours were fairly uneventful. I stayed in my room, reading books and exercising. It was about 2:30 when I heard something smash in my neighbor's house. It sounded like the windows being shattered, followed by something large crushing the broken glass. I felt a chill ran down my spine. I listened closer, and then I heard the most unpleasant, gut-wrenching sound I could possibly hear. A scream. It sounded like a woman screaming, but not because of pain, but because of fear. I couldn't hold myself back any longer. I stood up and grabbed my curtains. But at that exact moment, I remembered something. The emergency alert had specifically said not to go look outside. I didn't want to risk it, so I slowly backed away from my window. But the screams continued. At one point, they stopped. They fucking stopped. It was as if the screams were suddenly silenced, cut off from the source, killed. I I could only think about what made that person scream. Some creature was out there, and that unlucky person must have seen it. No, no, no. I pressed my ears up against the window, and I listened. I could hear something move my neighbor, move through my neighborhood. It didn't move like a car or something. The thing moved slowly, as if it were dragging itself across the road. Without warning, all sounds of movement stopped. This brought me to a panic. Why would the creature all of a sudden stop? Suddenly, the sounds returned, and it sounded like the creature was moving in my direction. In my direction? Oh shit. Oh fucking shit. Oh God, help me. This was the last straw. I had to see what was outside. I stood up and walked towards the window. Alarm Alarm bells ringing in my head. I gripped the curtain, feeling the worst anxiety I had ever experienced, and I pulled them back. There is no rational explanation for what I saw next. There simply isn't. What I saw, what I saw, what I saw traumatized me for life. I'll remember this until the day I die. This thing was dragging itself across the road. It was a black mass of rotting flesh, and it had grotesque features. The eyes were green and round, and black, massively out of proportion. Long glistening tentacles and tendrils protruding from the skin of the creature. Each of the tentacles ended in sharp points, and some even had mouths on the tips of the tentacles. There were lots of small holes and wound-like orifices all over the creature, opening and closing as if it breathed. Long veins pulsating across the creature's body. The creature was about the size of a fucking school bus. I immediately ducked down, and that's when the smell hit me. The creature smelled like rotting flesh and decay. The smell was nauseating, and it took all my willpower to not gag or vomit. Immediately, I shut the window, and I closed the curtain. I didn't think that creature had seen me, so at least I didn't have to worry about that. Just as I was calming myself down, I heard someone shouting outside, "Ow! Ow! Ow!" The voice yelled. I scrambled towards the window, but then I stopped. The emergency alert said to not respond to any calls for help, no matter how human they sound. God, no. What the fuck? What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this thing? I peeked out the window. It's just a little peek. But one of the 10 tentacles ended in a flower-like mouth, and the calls for help sounded like they came from it, as if it was some kind of speaker or sound projector. What this creature? It couldn't possibly be normal. I watched the creature as I smashed the roof of a small house. One of its tendrils snaked through the house, and the tendril returned with a bag of steak. The creature dropped the steak into one of its mouths, and the creature grew in size. Yes, it grew. It only grew a foot longer. But nonetheless, it was invisibly grew in size. I leaned back in my chair, and it fell over. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit! The chair fell over with a loud sound, and I heard the creature stop moving. I looked outside, and the creature's many eyes looked directly at me. The creature heard the chair fall over, and now it saw me. And to this very day, I cannot describe the fear and panic I felt at that moment. I locked my bedroom door. I had seen the creature easily rip the roof off of a house, so I didn't think locking my door would do much to protect myself. I heard the creature slowly drag itself towards my house, and one of its tendrils started to snake towards my window. I didn't own any firearms, so I was completely defenseless against the creature. I felt the front door of my house burst open, and I heard actual human fucking footsteps run up my stairs, and as screeches came from outside. A very tall, muscular man, easily 7 foot tall, donned in full tactical gear and a black gas mask, kicked down my bedroom door and pointed a loaded Bentley M4 everywhere in my room before realizing I was in there. The man took off the gas mask, revealing a late 20s looking guy with dark curly hair, dark eyes, and a beard stubble. The fuck? He muttered to himself. They didn't even evacuate this place. God, Sergio must be drunk. What the hell is going on? I yelled. Hey! The man snapped. Calm the fuck down. I wasn't expecting anyone to still be here. No, that's all. All I needed was to get a better vantage point. We need to get out of here. I have to kill this thing. Lawrence, that fucking asshole must have done this. Does he have hackers? What? I asked. Sighing, who the fuck are you? You don't need to know that. I doubt you believe me anyway. You know how to use this, right? The man handed a large loaded handgun to me. No, I don't. Well, too bad. Aim, point, and fire. You'll definitely need it. The safety's on it right now. Just click the little button on the side, and it should turn off. Brace yourself for the recoil. I heard a crash come from downstairs. Shit, the man said. Let's get the fuck out of here. He put on the gas mask and ran downstairs, motioning me to follow as he swept the barrel of his shotgun at multiple rooms. As we burst into the living room, at the bottom of the stairs, large inclined masses of black tendrils were snaking in the air, blocking the door. The man immediately shot the tendrils, severing them in a burst of black gore, as he used the machete to chop the rest of them, firing outside as I ran out, only 10 feet away from the monster. The man began to fire chunks off of the monster, aiming for the eyes. As he ran out of ammo, reaching into the backpack, grabbing the stock of an M4 carbine, and dropping the shotgun and firing at the monster with a full auto precision. I decided to be useful and started firing at the monster at point blank range. The recoil fucking up my shoulder. Yet I kept firing until the gun clicked. He threw the grenade at it and reloaded his M4, firing again into the monster as the grenade exploded. He threw up another grenade and told me to get to the truck parked on the side of the road, as he kept reloading and firing at the monster. He finished it off with his 3 grenades, and he jumped in the trunk and caught his breath. Holy shit, he said. I'm gonna need a beer after this one. What's your name? Ollie, I replied, breathing heavily. Well, Ollie, I think we could use someone like you.